Sometime in the 2020s, three geeks from social media formed an alliance to bring you geek news from across the Nostalgiaverse. They are Jacob's Toys, Super Sorrell, Ryan Speaks Geek, bringing you a weekly live show, toy news, TV and movie reviews, special guests, opinions, tangents, and bad impressions, reveals, releases, thoughts, maybe dreams. Now prepare for the Geek Week in Review.
The Geek Week in Review with me, Jacob's Toys, of course, the wonderful one and only Super Sorrell, and our good friend for the last time in a while, Ryan Speaks Geek. If you're a regular viewer of the show, thank you very much for tuning in. Andy Roberts, Shelley, Bethany Beth, Joby One, Andrew Orr, Andy H. See you in the comments. We'll get to those in a bit. If you're new to the show, check out the social media handles there. Give us a follow on various different platforms. And if you're watching this on recap or watching this as a replay, then hello, welcome. This isn't live, but well, it is live now, but it's not live if you're watching it on replay. So,
I was going to go with that then.
I didn't know where I was going with that. We're back as a trio for the last time because Ryan's leaving us tonight.
Sorry.
It just reminds me of those. It reminds me of them gambling adverts. You know, when the fun stops, stop. Ryan's like,
oh,
it's not fun anymore.
Well, the good thing is,
no
one has made me feel bad about it at all, which is great. I don't feel guilty about leaving in any way, shape, or form.
No. Right, there's a lot of people in the comments that are saying about obviously saying goodbye to Ryan and all the rest of it, right? Ryan's not disappearing. He's not kind of fleeing to another country or something like that. Ryan will be back. He will be back as a guest. I mean, in all fairness, Ryan only started as a guest and then just never left. So he is the longest standing guest we have ever had on the show. But
if anything, it's just going back to its original format.
I mean, the reality is, right, Ryan can't make it every week. That's absolutely fine. So instead of him just, being on hiatus and not being here, it makes sense to just have him back as a guest from time to time. So he will be back. So you'll just have to
and I might chuck these guys the odd audio for a cocaine bear every now and again just to
it's
throw
got to
in
be
the
done.
mix.
Got to be done. So there we go. Andy H, let's address that comment there. You can tell Super Sorrell is moving because those walls are super bare. They really are, aren't they?
Mate, this room is a shell. There's nothing anywhere now. It's just empty. I've just got the little cabinet in the back, that's it. I'm done. I'm moved.
Have you boxed stuff up, or is it just literally...
It's all boxed up, ready to go, bubble wrap box and everything. Because I've since I swapped from Hasbro's like Super 7 and stuff, I've got like more figures to box up.
Oh really?
It's like the more delicate figures. Like normally I just chuck them in a box, bit of Hasbro plastic, that'll be fine in there. I dare chuck a Super 7 in there. It's 70 odd quid.
No.
Can you guys hear the echo really bad, by the way? Is my audio crap?
It is like you've gone like into like some kind of weird chamber to play like live on Saturday night. It's Super Sorrell. Like I feel like it would echo.
I just assumed it was because there was like nothing in the room.
Yeah, there's nothing in the room. It's echoing like hell in here now. I tried to record a video with it. I could hear myself back on the walls. I'm like, what is that?
See, if nothing else, a good action figure collection is just good, like sound dampening.
Yeah.
So there we go. But no, I'm back. I'm back from my little stay away in Wales. Wales was fun. There was some good geek shops there. I was just telling these guys on air before we started off air. Sorry. I went into one shop called Freaks, Geeks, and Autographs. And it was surreal. It was like walking into someone's bedroom. Like they had details of like figures just rammed in there. And I had my two boys with me because they wanted to go Pokemon card hunting and stuff. So we went and checked out those and stuff. But it was just really weird. I wanted to spend ages in there because I'm sure there was a hidden gem in there, like or two, like hidden away. But I just didn't have the time. Did not have the time. But
The thing
but
is,
it was
all I can
cool.
imagine, right, what happened with that is the reason it ended up being like someone's living room was like, so I said to my wife, I said that I'm going to keep my collection and there's nothing you can do about it. She said, the only way you're keeping that collection is if you open a shop and sell it all. And he was like, what I'll do, I'll make a shop, but I'll fill it so badly up with the cabinets that no one will want to go in there and no one will buy anything. But that way, I still have my collection and pretend it's a shop. It's lovely.
And just spend 8 hours a day sat in it.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. It was cool. There was a really cool like tabletop board game shop as well. Not a Games Workshop, but like it was called Geek Emporium, and they just sold like everything from like what's the Star Wars one? Shatterpoint, is it?
Yeah, the miniatures, like the X-Wing miniatures and stuff.
Yeah. So they had that. They had obviously all Games Workshop, Dungeons and Dragons. But it was just really cool to see all of the miniatures like on shelf, because usually you just see them online, but actually to see them on the shelf was really cool. The woman really tried to sell me a Hero Quest, like really tried to sell it to me. I was telling my son about how I had Hero Quest, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's it. Like they've updated the molds and like." And I was like, "Listen, I'm not buying it here. Like it's fine." But yeah, it was cool. And then we went into another one that was called Nerdwave, and it was just all Pokemon like cards. They did have other stuff like comic books and stuff, but I've never seen so many packets of Pokemon cards in my life. Like, because my son was buying a couple, the guys, they were really friendly. And he was like, "Oh, look, come and have a look at this. You want to see something really cool?" And he took us into the back room and showed us his willy. And it, no, he didn't. He didn't. He took us into the took us into the back room.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was just checking you were listening. I was checking you were listening.
I'm listening. I am listening.
Yeah, he took us into the back room and literally
got out his Thundercats layer.
He was literally. I'm just checking. No, the pile of cards was insane, like absolutely insane. And what they were doing is they were opening up all the boxes, the packets and stuff, and going through them all, and obviously then selling the individual cards and making up bundles and stuff. And I just said to the bloke, I was like, surely you're like living the dream. Like you essentially are just spending money on Pokemon cards and like this is living the dream. Like you're buying what you love, opening them and reselling them. Yeah,
and he grabbed Jake by the collar and was like, "It's a nightmare, man. It's a nightmare.
Let me out."
It's not about Pokemon anymore, gentlemen. Pokemon is now the old thing.
Go on then.
It's now about Disney Locana, baby.
Ah, nice. How many cards is it?
So you get 12 cards in every pack. It's by Ravensburger, is it called? Ravensburger Games. And looks absolutely stunning. You get the 3 different boosters you can get right now. You get the Mickey Mouse, Elsa, and the Maleficent Villains bundle.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you just buy them as bundles?
Yeah, you buy them in the little foil packs, and there's 12 cards in every pack. But yeah, they've got 3 different character ones.
How many cards are there in the whole set? Do you know?
I have no idea because I didn't buy. I've just bought the card packs for now. Me and my wife bought 10 each. So we're going to go through these, see what we've got, and then we're going to buy the box of like trading cards, like the starter set kind of thing. We're going to get them if we need it, kind of thing. We're going to see what's in that, and we might end up getting loads of the duplicate ones from these. So.
I just completed my. I got the Spider-Man anniversary set from Panini. I got the sticker album and the card set, and they're beautiful cards. They're like you must have seen them. They're like the covers and on the back each year. So there's a cover from each year, and I got the full set of those. But then I just completed my Marvel Versus set as well. So there's like 175 cards in that, but I got a couple from Panini to complete that set. And I completed the Avengers anniversary set as well, the sticker book and card collection. So I've now got like 3 complete sets. That's a problem with trading cards. It's so easy to get those ones that you're missing. There's people to speak to, groups to be involved in and stuff. But it's
I was just thinking of that
it's
song
dangerous.
parody. You know, the milkshake parody. You know, it's like, my Pokemon bring all the nerds to the yard, and they're like, "You want to trade cards? Damn right, I want to trade cards. I will trade you, but I'm a Charizard." That's me featuring on Joby One's next record. Just saying.
That's pretty much it. But I'll tell you what else was really cool about this Pokemon shop is they had a Street Fighter arcade machine and they had a Pac-Man arcade machine. And
Nice.
like back in the day, for anyone that did go to arcades and kind of play those games, on a bit of paper, sellotape to the top, that they had the name of the person who had the current high score. I was like, that's
Love that.
so retro, but like so cool. Like, and so I played it for 10 minutes trying to beat it, but didn't come anywhere near it. Right, Joby1 said Ryan's got bars, so I think there's a collaboration going on there.
I'm up for that.
Well, yeah, now you
Yeah,
got all this
RS.
extra time on a Sunday evening.
Exactly. It's RSD and Joby 1, y'all.
So, how many hats are you going to change, Ryan? Because you've changed your hat like 3 times so far.
4.
Are you just kind of like, right, it's my last show, I've got to make sure
I'm just going through
my
mine. I am going to go through. And if anyone can tell me how many hats I've gone through by the end of the episode, you win a crisp high 5.
Nice. Where are we
Crisp
going this
one as
week?
well.
What's the
That's
big
it.
chat, you reckon?
Oh, well, to away the big chat. I don't like the fact that I can no longer feel for which minifigures I'm getting. This is damn annoying.
I didn't realise you were going to.
Almost like as a company, they want you to buy as many as possible. It's weird. I don't get it.
So these are the little boxes now. You can't tell what's in there. You can rattle it and hear how many parts are in there, but that's about as good as you're going to get unless you're a tiny drug dealer and take a little scale and weigh them.
Why would you have to be a tiny drug dealer? Why not a regular sized drug dealer?
Because it fit in with my little animation.
What do you mean
I
you're a
meant
drug
tiny
dealer with a
scales. I meant
tiny
tiny
scale?
scales.
Oh, like
That's what I
imagine,
meant.
you know, like when you're at like a theme park and there's a sign said you must be this tall to sell drugs. Like,
I can't believe you pulled them out. I'm well gutted because obviously these aren't scheduled to hit the shelves until September 1st. Let's just make that clear at the moment. So September 1st is the official release date for these figures. But as always, Asda kind of, they're either really bad at kind of numbers or they just don't care because they tend to put these Legos and Lego minifigures. Did I just say Lego?
They were in multiple shops near me as well. Tesco had them, Asda had them, Sainsbury's
Did
had them.
Tesco have them as well? Okay, it's just the whole of the UK just don't seem to care then.
Yeah, all the supermarkets had them, but none of the because I went to the comic book store and he didn't have them out. He's pretty good though with like street dates because he wants to keep his shop. So he's pretty good with street dates. But all the supermarkets didn't care. I was in Asda Home and there were like 15 like guys like me all just stood there checking and going, I wonder if this one's a werewolf. I wonder if this one's a Wolverine.
Did they all sound exactly like that?
Just like that, mate. Yeah.
I mean, there are pros and there are cons, I suppose, because in a weird kind of way, it does make those the ones that like. Do we know how many there are per set at the moment? Because with the old bags, there used to be like 2 of one character and 4 of another and stuff like that.
No, the box breakdowns are different now. They don't work the same anymore because the way they're stacking them. Well, before they used to get 32 in a box because they were just thin plastic. They were just thin little, plastic little sheets, so they fit in. Whereas now they're big chunky boxes, so you don't get as many in the case now. So I haven't seen because I think the UK's pretty much got them early, like you say. So none of the big American guys like Jang Bricks and all the big guys haven't had their boxes yet. So nobody's gone through the box and gone, right, we get 2 sets or you get 1 complete set, or no one's able to go through the boxes just yet.
Oh, really?
But Disney and Lego are both already saying they will sell you a complete set on release day. So they're still assorted somehow in a factory. They must know because Disney are selling them as a bundle set of 32.
There'll be something.
Yeah, let me go on website now. Double check. I'm sure it was 32 you get, and it was like, what was it? Or was it just a set? Hang on. Lego mini car.
Shelley, unless you live in North Norfolk and neither Tesco has to have any. All I can think of that though is North Norfolk Digital. Shape the way you want it. I'm singing of Alan Partridge now.
I was going to say, does North Norfolk have a Tesco or Asda, Shelley? Like, I just...
No, but it does have a cracking owl sanctuary.
Local people.
In all fairness, like, I had a look in my local and, like, I don't know, like some kind of, like, passive-aggressive, like, move. They just left the empty box on the shelf. It was kind of like, that's not nice. Like that. All that's saying is that I wasn't here quick enough, and they were all gone. So
bullseye. Let's have a look at what you could have won.
But it's a weird kind of layout of characters because I kind of want all of them because I've got like a Marvel minifig kind of frame. So I do kind of want all of them like last series, but it is a bizarre mix of characters.
Mm. Very weird, sir.
Is it because it's like a mix of like fan favorites mixed with ones that they probably couldn't justify putting in sets?
Well,
like,
I don't know really. Like, surely Agatha
it is a bit of a
could
weird
have
mix.
done it. Like we've had all
Possibly.
of the other, but we've had all of the other main WandaVision characters. We had Scarlet Witch, we had White Vision, and we had Monica. So it's Agatha kind of makes sense. But yeah, some of them are just a bit bizarre.
So
Excuse me.
you can pre-order a series 2, one of 12 characters, 71039, which is this set. And you can get 36 minifigures for £100 from WH Smith, basically.
Okay.
Don't you mean Toys R Us?
No, WH Smith, mate. You can pre-order a whole box on their website, a whole box.
What's the point of even having the brand WH Smiths?
Surely that as well is a really passive aggressive move from WH Smith. It's like, I tell you what, Toys R Us, you can come and set up shop within our shop, but then we're going to sell toys at a better value than you're selling them. Like,
yeah.
That's...
Then Waitrose have got them online right now. Waitrose haven't even waited. Yeah, Waitrose have got them.
Yeah, and those ones come in really expensive deluxe boxes.
That's bizarre. Wilkinson's as well. I heard that Wilkinson's was shutting down. Is this correct?
Yeah.
It's in administration officially now.
Bye-bye.
Home Bargains and B&M are potentially looking at putting bids in to buy it. Home Bargains and B&M.
Whoever thought that those two shops would become giant players in the retail world?
You know what? Well, here's a fun fact about why it didn't work for Wilko's. Because Wilko's never took advantage of retail parks. So when those sort of bargain stores were going over to retail parks, Wilko's decided to remain on the high street. But then they trying to sell things like bits of furniture and stuff like that, and giant bags of soil. But who's going to carry them through the high street when they can drive over to B&M and just walk out with a trolley?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, Wilko's. It's sad because it's a bit of an institution, but at the same time, they've really not helped themselves over the years.
I'm not as upset as I was when Woolworths shut, though.
No, I mean? But nothing will ever come close to the magic of Woolworths.
No. I think the most exciting thing I found in Wilko's was when they had that, like, was it Mega Blocks or whatever it was that they did?
Yeah,
and they did like the pick a brick kind of, just you could go in and just get a tub of, like, oh, Ryan's got one. Ryan has one in hand.
Well, I made this out of them.
Oh wow, cool. He's cool.
It have like a whole thing. I dropped the Pac-Man, and I've not been able to quite rebuild him the right way, so he doesn't quite look right.
That's like something out of a fever dream.
It looks like some weird thing, like if Five Nights at Freddy's did an 8-bit game.
It looks like Mr. Burns. It's like Mr. Burns, Pac-Man.
It's like a bootleg Mr. Burns.
That looks like a Kiwi. And then when I do that, like it's ridiculous.
I can't... goes, you know, I'm really good at drawing, Mr. Burns. Yeah. Look at this.
No, do you know what this is? This is the Pac-Man your nan said, "Oh, I got you Pac-Man," and it's called Poc-Man.
He's got like really scary teeth.
Listen, I grew up in East London, mate. We had bootleg toys. My bootleg toys were better than that.
I can't quite remember how I built him, so I need to take him apart again because he fell off the shelf. And I was like, "Yeah, that looks right." And I looked at it, I was like, "That is not right."
You should have quit with a ghost, mate. The ghost is cool.
No, because what I like to do is really build up a high expectation and dash the hopes instantly afterwards.
That's how I got. Was like spot on though. That was like line for line, perfect.
What the crap is that?
He just looks like he's really unsure about eating him.
Terrifying. Yeah, I need to rebuild it desperately because I can't work out how I did it.
Instead of doing he goes, don't wanna.
No, hold him up again. Right, no, the ghost with the ghost. Right, that Pac-Man has just eaten another ghost and had an allergic reaction. Oh, Ryan. That's really cool.
Pac-Man mother flippers.
Pokman. I reckon if you went online, you could probably get a like a step-by-step build.
I know, but I did this off my own back, so I'll finish it off my own back. Damn it! Even if it doesn't look like a mutated lemon.
That's the name for it, though. That's dang old pack guy.
Well, I don't know what you've been chasing, but I've been chasing that dang old pack guy.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's made even better by the fact that I only played Pac-Man a couple of days ago. That's really.
And you're like, that is exactly as I remembered him, Ryan. That is spot on.
What gets me though is it's like an 8-bit character from like the 70s? No, 80s. Like it's not even like a high-tech like drawing. It's a circle with a triangle cut out.
It's hard to do. Well, it looked good originally, and then I dropped it. It smashed to pieces. Like, I can rebuild it easily, and I could not rebuild it easily.
Were you drunk?
Drunk is a strong word. I was merry.
It's like when you're drunk and you do something and you kind of try to fix it and thinking that no one would notice. You wake up in the morning and you realise you've painted the wall black or something like. Oh dear, dear. That's amazing. Oh. That is amazing. But no, the Lego minifigures. I am excited for this, and I don't know. It's because of the boxes. I'm kind of on the fence of do I just order a box so I know that I've got them all, because the hunt aspect has gone from those boxes.
Yeah,
there is no hunt element to it. It is literally blind buy-in, and that's different than a blind bag, in my opinion. Because at least with a blind bag, you kind of feel it, and you're kind of like, oh, I think I've got this one, or there's an element of kind of hunting. Whereas with those, you are literally just picking up a box and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Unless you have a little scale.
Well, Joby went off with his little scale, which apparently he uses for herbology reasons. So,
I mean, why else would you have a mini scale indoors? Unless you're doing like Weight Watchers or something, you need to like measure out like the grams of something. I don't know.
It's for potions, class Potter, not for Lego.
Who even? Oh, I don't know.
He's sitting. He's like, I can't even.
I'm still lost on Pac-Man. Potman.
Sorry, I'm still laughing at the little snake voice. Then that made me laugh. Oh, good.
Yeah. Seven might even be an exaggeration.
Go. Couple more people joining us in the chat. How you doing? We'll try to get to you when we can.
Hey, dudes.
Let's go back. We've got Jonathan Gritton, Bethany Beth,
Mikey Mike, Marky Mark, the Funky Bunch. They're all here.
North and Normad. They are all like, everyone in the chat has nice, like, there's a word for it. What's the word?
Alliterative.
There you go. Thanks very much. What are we going to do
the
about
more
you,
you know.
Cool. Les, what do you reckon the hype is this week? What's the big hype?
Probably
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Two parts coming on Tuesday. We get the first 2 episodes.
And all the episode runtimes have been released as well.
Have they?
Yeah, because episode 3 is shorter than the others, and everyone's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And like, we haven't even seen the episode yet. Shut up.
Yeah.
People suck.
Well, people suck people suck already because some people have seen the first 2 episodes at that Ahsoka event in America.
Yes, they did the fan event, didn't they? The fan screening event.
And there's loads of like Den of Geek and all the big online places are like using headlines like "First Ahsoka reactions are in" and point to a problem for some Star Wars fans. Read on to find out. And you're just like, you dicks.
Yeah, clickbaity bastards.
It's the most clickbait title ever. That it.
As if Star Wars has taught me anything, there are going to be a bunch of people that like it and a bunch of people that hate it, and they're going to argue about who's right. And that's what's going to happen with Ahsoka. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it.
Fire Kathleen Kennedy. Sorry, I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah.
The fact that David Tennant has come back to reprise the voice of the droid Huyang is one of my favorite things on the planet.
Love that.
that's pretty
Absolutely
cool.
love that. And I love the fact that the droid's still kicking about as well. I was like, because you never knew what happened to him. And like, why would the, to be fair, why would the Sith go like, oh, we're hunting all the Jedi? Oh, well, don't forget about that droid that knew a lot as well. So like, he's just been floating around, knocking about. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's been up to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really good. 2 episodes as well to get us into it, which is good.
There must be some element of story linked to his character though, because otherwise they would just get anybody to. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't. I don't think they'd go through the effort of getting him to revoice it if there wasn't an element of story.
I think he's going to be connected to finding Ezra. I think he's going to be the lead to find Ezra because of his Force knowledge and stuff. Robo Force. That's a different franchise.
I am. I agree. I think he's going to be a big part of it.
I'm super hyped. I just love Star Wars, and I'm just looking forward to more Star Wars.
Yeah, me too.
To be fair, like Joby One put up a status the other day, which was and I was like, yes, spot on. It's about the fact, like, whatever people's problems are, I'm just excited for more Star Wars, and I'm sure there'll be some things. I'm not as much of a fan of it as others, but I'm still going to love it because it's Star Wars and it's giving me more of the world that I love. And that's the thing. I get to see more. I get to see more Ahsoka, which is cool. I get to see more of the Rebels crew because I loved Rebels. I'm just really happy that we're getting Star Wars on a fairly regular basis, and I don't feel like it's weirdly with Star Wars. I don't really feel like it's overkill because there is such big gaps between series.
That's kind of how I feel about Marvel. To be fair, like it's very similar to that in the respect of that. Yes, there is some that's best, and yes, there are some that are better and some that are worse. But I'm just kind of genuinely excited that it's out there. Hey,
JB1, I'm thinking your last comment. That sounds like our first rap record together.
RoboForce.
RoboForce versus Cocaine Bear.
No idea.
Bears versus
all I'm going to point to is the Ahsoka episodes. Episode 1, 5, and 8 are directed and written by Dave Filoni. So he does the beginning, the middle, and the end of the series.
Smart.
So he's guiding the story basically, isn't he? If you've got beginning, middle, and end, he's the one that's guiding the story where it needs to go. And other people are just having fun with it.
The word wolves or something looking like a wolf being in every single one of those episodes.
Are there any other like guest directors or anything? Do we know of any of the other named directors?
So Steph Green has got episodes 2 and 3. Yeah, so Steph Green's known for Watchmen and the Book of Boba Fett. And then we've got Peter Ramsey doing episodes 4. And he was the Rise of the Guardians director for DreamWorks. Not looking forward to that episode. Jennifer Gris.
I was actually laughing at Joby One's comment. Sorry, I was totally distracted.
Jennifer Getzringer. I've never heard her name before. But having a quick look. She's done Jessica Jones, Outlander, Daredevil, Westworld, so she's decent director. And then we've got Greta Patel in episode 7 from the House of Dragon, and then episode 8, along with Dave Filoni, is Rick, and I'm never going to say his last name, Fumiyami.
Cool.
Wow, that was only one syllable away from sounding racist.
Mate, that's what.
And Rick. Stick to Rick. Stick to Rick.
Rick. That's not more racist, surely. And he was the guy that directed The Flash and Dope and Confirmation, and never heard of any of these films.
What about Blue Beetle?
Mate, I really want to see it.
Blue
The reviews have
Beetle
been
bombing.
really, really good.
It is bombing a little bit though, isn't it?
It is bombing badly.
Do you know what the big problem with that is? They made such a big point about the fact that it wasn't going to be part of this new DCU. People are like, oh, why am I bothering to see it? Because everyone wants to see everything connected now. It's a shame because it's meant to be a really, really solid film. And the thing is, I'm a big Blue Beetle fan anyway. So I've been wanting a Blue Beetle film for years. And I am so excited to see it. I'm hoping going to see it maybe one night this week. But yeah, it's meant to be proper good. Like a solid return, like as an origin story. It's like a decent one, not like the standard stuff. Apparently there's a few like formulaic parts to it, which is fine because it's an origin story and a lot of films have some formula to it, but it's review-wise meant to be good. I could see Ash chomping at the bit to say something. Go, Ash.
Because this Wednesday, James Gunn put a post out on Instagram saying, I can't wait for audiences to meet Jamie Reyes, who is an amazing part of the DCU going forward. So
Yeah.
Blue Beetle is going forward in the DC
Now.
universe. This isn't like a one and
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Because originally he was saying it was like a standalone thing where it could be connected to it, but it's not centered around the fact that it has to be. It's not setting anything up. It's just being a good film.
The reason being
It's
is
got
that
the
it
kid.
but it went into production before the takeover, didn't it?
Yeah.
So that was the kind of just random prop Ryan. But that was the reason why it was kind of unsure of whether it's connected or not, because essentially it started before this takeover and it wasn't announced as any part of the list of things coming out. But for James Gunn to kind of confirm that it is part of the bigger universe is quite cool. Yeah, I mean it's like there's a lot of comparisons made between Blue Beetle and Spider-Man across comic books because of like the age of the characters and the kind of tech and stuff like that. So
They're insects.
They're insects, yeah. But quite often you do see the two kind of come up on comparison websites and stuff. Not like compare the market or anything like that, but
CompareTheHero.com.
Yeah.
CompareTheHero.com.
CompareTheHero.com.
But it is like, you know, when you see these kind of like, you know, who ripped off who and all that kind of stuff. You must have seen those kind of comparisons.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And what I do
quite a lot.
really quickly click off them.
Yeah, but sometimes they're quite good, like to kind of get a little bit of knowledge on a character that you might not know a bit about. But yeah, Blue Beetle and Spider-Man quite often kind of come up next to each other. So I'm excited for it. It's quite refreshing. It looks quite decent. It looks a little bit different than what we've had before. So yeah, I've got no kind of complaints. You guys seen anything else in the cinemas or anything recently?
Yes. Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon.
Ryan, I hate to break to you, mate, but that came out like quite a long time ago. Like that's not.
Have you seen anything from this century?
Yeah, have you seen anything in the last?
Look, as long as Bruce Lee's still fine, absolutely fine, then I'm good. So, no, it was the 50th anniversary, so that was really cool to go see it on the big screen. The funny thing is, even though the film is old, and yet Bruce Lee is so muscle defined that he looked HD somehow. It was the most bizarre thing.
I love all the Bruce Lee films, the old Bruce Lee films. Like they are superb. Some
of the dubbing was incredible in it as well. It's that thing where like the mouth keeps moving, even though they're not talking anymore.
Yeah, but that's the whole. That's part of the.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean. But that's what I love. It was just cool to see it on the big screen. It was really busy as well.
I just think that he was so ahead of kind of the time with what he could do and how he kind of put that on screen and stuff like that. I think they really are. I don't want to say timeless because they do look dated now, but there is a timeless element to them. Like I could sit down and watch them with my kids now and get as much enjoyment as I did when I first sat down and watched them myself.
It's the charm.
Yeah.
My next. Oh, go on.
I was saying, Enter the Dragon is the one where he kicks the living crap out of Jackie Chan as well, isn't it?
Well, Jackie Chan's in it briefly as like just a subordinate. Like you can't even really notice, I don't think. But the next film I'm going to see is Meg 2.
It's good.
Then Haunted Mansion is the next one after that. I've got a lot of films to catch up on. Then Blue Beetle. I'm trying to do it in like sort of a release order, so when they're most likely to leave the cinema.
Yeah.
I am seeing 2001: Space Odyssey on Tuesday, just because why not? That's going to be cool to see. I'm really annoyed. I'm away. They're doing a 30th anniversary screening of the original Jurassic Park, and I've always wanted to see that on the big screen. And I'm away on the day it's out. I'm like, no.
Really?
And they're also doing a couple of cinemas, different chains of cinemas are doing all 3 Lord of the Rings films extended editions in one day.
Oh Jesus!
What's that?
Like
17 hours?
Do you have about 17 hours to spare?
It is. It does start at like something like 8 in the morning, and then it's there. But like, to be honest, again, I'm away for it. Otherwise, I would 100% do it because to experience the extended editions on the big screen like that. Oh, the cinematic beauty of it. It would have been face-meltingly good.
I struggle to stay awake in like a 2.5 hour film. Like I think if I went and saw a 14-hour, 15-hour marathon, I don't think I'd last.
Yeah, but I just look like a 50-year-old. I'm still 12 inside, and I'll just have sugar and be like, "Yeah, films." So I'm good.
I'm quite. Meg 2 is good. Meg 2 is quite fun. It's just see the hat. It is, yeah, it's good fun. I really enjoyed it for what it was. It's not going to win any Oscars. It's got some
No, but you don't
stupid
want it
bits,
to because it's Jason Statham just walking around and getting angry about things.
yeah, like there's a lot of unrealistic elements to it, but it was just fun, and it was kind of like, let's just jump the shark with another shark. Like that's essentially
And I'm also
that
on
is
a jet
essentially
ski,
it.
and I'm slightly angry, but I don't know why.
It
It's my
really is
birthday
like.
today. I've never been happier.
Have you ever seen you ever seen his film Crank?
Yeah,
That's one of
that's a
my
nut
favorite
film.
ones of his, where he has to just like get that adrenaline rush.
I kind of feel like someone just gave him like some crack and was just like action, and he was just like no.
Yeah, and but I must admit, I quite liked a few of his films back in the day. But yeah, Meg's cool. And you know what? He didn't even stand out in it that much. There was other actors and other characters that I thought took the limelight a little bit more. And there's massive sharks, which is always cool. Always cool. Let's talk toys.
Yay, toys!
That almost sounded like you weren't happy about talking about toys.
Mate, because things like this have happened this week.
Action figure and toy
Hey!
news.
See, you just need my very unenthusiastic tone going, toys, yay.
Action figure and toy news coming up soon on the Geek Week in Review. Woo.
Let's have a look at this though.
Teenage Mutant
Mutant-
Mecha Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Super Smashy. Look at that.
Smash
That's
Smash
awesome.
Robot.
It's totally
It's
pointless, but
not
I love it.
awesome. It's
It
not
is.
awesome. It's rubbish.
Why is it?
You know
how
what
is it
though?
He's
Because
got
it
a
makes no
gun.
sense.
He's got a gun.
It doesn't have to make sense. It's a toy. Toys don't have to
It's
make
a gun.
sense.
Turtles don't have guns.
No.
Oh my god, they don't. Oh no, it's a robot.
Do you know what? The first thing I thought of when I saw
Doesn't-
this was
Doesn't have
Madonna.
Wolverine claws either, or drills coming out of his shoulder. But you don't mind about that. You mind about the gun.
But
Not the fact
that
there's a
picture
ninja.
there-
That's a turtle.
No, that picture there where the drills are over his shoulders honestly looks like Madonna. Like that's all I thought of when I saw it. I was like, why are they doing a Turtles and 80s pop star crossovers?
Look, it is
Right.
pointless, I know, but then it also reminds me of the stuff they had in Japan with turtles. Did you not see that? What Japan did with Ninja Turtles? They had like mech robots and all sorts of stuff in the Japanese turtles because it's Japan. So it's probably an homage to that, I would imagine.
So this
You
is
know what?
the heat. Sorry, go
I
on.
could have enjoyed it more if it was a turtle in it as opposed to like a robot version of the turtle, if that makes sense.
What?
This is the first look at the Heat Boys
Oh, do you mean
Teenage
like a
Mutant Ninja
pilot?
Turtles Mecha Raphael figure. So that's all we know about it. But they have made Leonardo and Michelangelo already. So this isn't new. This is like already been a thing. I've just never seen them before, and it just popped up today that the Raphael one's coming out. But apparently, you can still get the other ones from Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth now.
All right.
Available now at all good retailers.
We'll build up slowly. We'll keep on with the shit toy news first, because McFarlane.
In your opinion,
McFarlane, who asked for this?
I know this is the most random one.
Movie Maniacs Jumanji posed figures. So you can't even if they were action figures, maybe I'd have bought the Rock just to have a Rock. But no, the fact that they're just posed figures and they're just
I'm finally going to get a Jack Black chew.
It's just a really the posed element is what ruins it. Like you said, if they were action figures, I could kind of they're trying to
Even
cash in on the
Karen Gillan, I
Jumanji
might have
thing.
even gone for Karen Gillan if you're a full like posed black figure. That sounds weird, but I needed to. But you know,
Yeah,
But
that did sound a little bit creepy.
But all this is for anybody that enjoyed the new Jumanji film so much that they want to have a statue collection of the characters on their shelf.
I would. There's a little bit in me that wants the Rock though, just so I can do the meme every time I get a figure that breaks. I can just have the Rock going, "Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry."
Oh, whenever you get a delivery from Hasbro.
Every time a delivery comes, and it's just dented slightly. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
It would be good if it had like some kind of button on the back that made him smolder. That would be an action feature. If they did the Rock from Jumanji and you pressed the button on his back and it was did the smolder, I would love that. And it made the noise as well.
So next up was another fun one. Did anybody ask for a Hydra and a Agent Trooper Shield 2-pack? Is that
No.
a no?
You know what's the real insult with this as well is that it was more expensive than the male 2-pack. Not saying that it should be or shouldn't be, but hang on.
He's allergic to his own lies.
Yeah, I'm allergic to new figures. But the worst thing on Hasbro's point was that they released it at $49.99, which is 1 penny less than the free delivery option. So unless you're a Hasbro Pulse Premium member, you had to pay delivery for it because of a penny.
It's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible,
That's
isn't it?
really bad. Like if they put it at 50, so you could get it with free postage, then that's kind of a nice thing. But to take a penny off so that you had to pay for postage is a real
Shit
maybe no
move.
one will notice.
I thought people like troop builders. Do you not?
Yeah, they do. They do.
They do, but the problem is the Shield one. Basically, we had that more or less same figure, didn't we? Like a month ago, you could buy the female Shield figure was in the set with Agent Hill, was it?
It was it was a 2-pack. It was like a double figure because you could have Quake or you could have Maria Hill. So it came with all the parts to turn her into Quake or all the parts to turn her into Maria Hill. So a lot of us got 2 of them and had 1 of each character. But you could pick up other ones and put other heads on. So this doesn't really give us anything new. And the Hydra, the female Hydra mold, it's just a bit.
It's got a bit of
I don't
sass.
know. Do you know what it looks like to me? You know when some girls kind of do Halloween costumes and they try to make something sexy. Do you know what I mean? Like when they go, "Oh, I'm gonna be a vampire, but I'm gonna make it sexy," and they try to be a sexy. This looks like they've tried. Oh, I'm gonna be a Hydra trooper, but I'm gonna make her look all like attractive. Like, why is no?
I know it's weird because comic books never do that. It's really so that'd be a really inaccurate thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you trying to make shade? Oh my god, no, Mickey.
But I don't know. It was just that.
I forgot you had the hand.
Oh,
Sorry, just
the hand is always watching us. Always watching.
He's ready to throttle you off screen at any moment. I love it. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. Next.
But it's a 2-pack that no one really asked for. But some people are hyped for it, some people are not. So,
meh. Let's have some fun. Okay, so on to the cool stuff. I'm not sure how many of our followers are American, but here's a Spirit Halloween voucher. Take a screenshot now, take it to your local checkout, and this coupon will get you buy one get one 50% off on all decor.
We will hold while you screenshot. Time's over.
That's enough of that.
There you go. If you want that voucher, watch it on the replay.
Just because we didn't get to really talk about it last week because Jacob didn't pass any of us the baton, so we couldn't really share anything. So
I thought I had, right? I'm sorry.
So once again,
I didn't think either of you were going to quit over it.
Here is the Ghostface figure. This is the I Love New York Ghostface. It's not a Scream figure; it's a Ghostface figure. People remember that
exactly.
So we get a nice rainbow-colored rainbow masky thing for Ghostface, along with the blooded one, the dirtied one from not the Scream movie, the regular one from not the Scream movie, and the green glow-in-the-dark one not from Stab 2. So,
does the rainbow one feature in the new film?
No.
So why has he got a rainbow face?
Because if they didn't do that, they wouldn't be able to release the figure because it's not a Scream figure, it's a Ghostface figure. So it's got to be slightly different from the movies. So the blooded face has appeared in the movies. The regular, obviously, Ghostface has appeared in the movies. The dirty Ghostface is from the new movie. The glow-in-the-dark one is from Stab 2, technically from the movie. So the rainbow one is included. The rainbow one is included because of the it's not.
Then it's a ghost face, not a movie figure.
What's the little Statue of Liberty accessory? Is that relevant?
Because it's the film is set in New York, but it's not about the film. It's not a figure from the movie, but it's set in New York. So here's an I Love New York figure with New York accessories that fly around.
And what's the playbill? What's the film on the playbill or the play on the playbill?
I have no idea. I think it's
Shank the movie.
What's the
I think
other
it's stab or
screen?
something. So we've got the little, what you doing, Sydney, voice changer thing. Then we've got the regular knife and the glow in the dark knife. But this one will be the first one to feature the fancy hand that does the wipey thing so you can have him like doing the wipe on the blade, basically.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's same as how the last figure that NECA did gave us the great big scythe, because that's not featured in any of the films. So they had to put the scythe in to go, it's not a Scream figure, it's the Ghostface figure.
Do you know in
licensing?
Scream as well, you know in the first Scream, I saw a screenshot today. Was it today or yesterday? That blew my mind. So in the first Scream film, when they're all
say about the shoes.
Yeah. When they're sitting around the fountain and the two killers are wearing the same boots. I've never picked up on that.
They're both wearing black, big, thick boots that the killer wears with white socks.
Yeah. I was like, what? Like, literally there in plain sight.
They gave it away, yeah. It's good, that, isn't it? It's very cool. That. I mean, it's taken all these years for that to come out, which is quite cool.
Yeah,
okay, we've been instructed by the audience to go on to the next toy. Bethany Beth is like, okay, next toy.
Bethany Beth does not like that. She is patiently waiting for
Bethany Beth and the Funky Bunch do not want to see that anymore.
The Funky Bunch. So, okay, then let's have a look at these ones, because I've got to say it, no one else will. What the hell has Disney done to my Haunted Mansion? What the hell is this crap? So, these are the brand new Haunted Mansion.
Funko Pops.
Yeah, these are the movie ones. These are the movie ones, though, and these look disgusting. So what have they done to my Hatbox Ghost? He looks nothing like, because this is the new version for, Gerard Leto's version of the ghost face.
No.
I was hoping he'd get so far into his role he'd kill himself just to make himself a real ghost, but no such luck.
Wow.
I know, that got dark real fast, didn't it?
What the fuck?
He's ruined the Joker, and now he's ruined Hatbox. I will officially go around and find that man and kill him.
Jake, I'm a little bit worried for your safety if I leave you alone with Ash in the coming weeks.
Please don't leave.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? I'm in this room on my own, and my voice just echoes back, and I have no toys to play with, and I'm going slowly mad.
An empty room and no toys makes Ash a dull boy.
That's what I feel like. That's what I genuinely feel like at a minute. You just moved me into my new room already. I need my figures.
I don't like these. I'm just going to say I'm not a big pop collector, but these do not do anything for me at all.
The figure on the far right, that is meant to be Madame Leota.
What?
I know. It looks not like. Even when she was a human, in Walt Disney World, there are photos in all the shops of Madame Leota as a human. She was a gypsy traveler woman. That was the whole point. She was using a crystal ball. So when she died, she transferred her spirit into the ball. That's the whole fucking point.
So that
looks more. That looks a lot more like someone doing a thrift shop cosplay of
Queen
Padme.
Amidala. Yeah. 100%.
That is what it looks like. It looks like it's kind of like, oh yeah, let's go Star Wars characters, and we're allowed to spend $5 in thrift shop.
Andy H, hold on. Ryan drops a C-bomb about Ezra, and now Ash wants Leto dead. What the fudge? I'm guessing, because Andy doesn't like Star Wars. What the fudge are we watching?
I thought that was Padme from Star Wars.
Yeah. So there we go. Everyone's thinking it.
The annoying thing for me is with the Haunted Mansion and the fact that it is now flopping is that Disney are reaping what they sow, because they basically hired Tim Burton to make a TV series for Disney Plus and then basically canned it and said it was too dark. And now they released this flop of a movie, and they should have let Tim Burton do it, because it wouldn't have been too dark by the time it finished, I'm telling you. It would have.
You just got to look at like Wednesday. Look at Wednesday. Like
he would have made Haunted Mansion amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something he could have done. Have you seen it yet?
The movie? No, I've still not got around to it, because my Cineworld are only showing 2 showings a day, both are in the morning.
Yeah, there's hardly any showings here either.
Because Barbie's going strong.
Yeah, I think it'll be better than the last one. Put it that way.
Hope so. Well, anything can beat Eddie Murphy's version. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Evers real estate. Although, if you're a Disney fan, there are some great Easter eggs in that movie.
Isn't there a Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out on Netflix?
Jesus, I hope not.
I'm pretty sure they're filming it. Beverly Hills Cop 4 on Netflix.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
This looks cool.
This does look cool, but for the price point, ooh.
How
big
tall
is
is
it?
it?
So
My man.
this is the soft vinyl figure of the 30th. The 30 centimeter tall deluxe version of the figure, and this is by Star Ace. But the problem is, it's like £200 for a vinyl figure with a bit of soft goods on it. With
That
three
face
heads.
though, that alternate head.
They are good.
Wicked.
They are good faces. I'll give them that. They are good.
Stay
I'm not
Puft
sure if it-
Marshmallow Man was one of my favourite Ghostbuster figures, though, back in the day when I had all the original Ghostbusters. He was one of my favourite, and I was always really annoyed how small he was in comparison to the firehouse and the car and everything. I was like, why can't they just give us a scaled version?
Do you know
So
what? I totally agree, because that's the only one I kept from my childhood. But funny you say about scaling with the firehouse. My friend's dad made him a cardboard one to go up against his firehouse. It was awesome. It was so. I mean, obviously it's just a cardboard cutout, but it was stood behind the firehouse.
That's
But
cool.
it was so awesome. It was only about it was only basically like a head height's worth over the firehouse, but it looked so good. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I remember like going like, oh, I want it.
Yeah, that's.
But if you're a fan of Star Ace, then they are going to be also giving us Slimer and the Demon Dog.
Why have they silhouetted them? It's almost like that's. Oh, who are these? What character? What character?
What if it's actually just Egon in a really weird pose, and we're like, oh.
Is that
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
We got one.
I must admit, I started watching the new film again because it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah. Afterlife.
I started watching it again, and it's cool.
I'm just glad that Ray remembered the question the answer to "Are you a god?"
Yeah.
Yes. You got any other toy news, Ash, or is that the toy news?
No, you just stay in your lane, Ryan.
Wow.
Living Dead Dolls presents.
That kind of attitude, I'll quit.
Living Dead Dolls present again. Ghostface Lives. This is not a Scream film figure. This is a Ghostface Lives figure. And Ghostface Lives will be available on the 16th of the 8th, so it's already out for pre-order right now. Make sure you lock your doors for the new Living Dead doll.
You know what? Ghostface has to be one of the most ripped off likenesses ever. It has to be.
So basically, the person that owns the rights to the Ghostface costume basically never sold the movie rights and the merchandising rights were never sought after properly by Wes Craven, apparently. So when they made the movie, the people that owned the rights to the costume that they used in the film basically came out the woodwork and went, well, we can do what we want as long as we call it Ghostface because it's their thing. They own the rights to it.
Yeah. So
they've had the merchandising rights ever since, because we're going to be getting where you can play as Ghostface going around killing people in like a little sim style world.
Oh wow.
Cool.
I'm just thinking like back in the day when Scream first came out, the amount of like counterfeit masks and stuff that there were in the shops, like you could get them everywhere. Like even now at Halloween, it's one of the most popular masks out there because you can literally pick them up from everywhere. It's so easy to rip off.
Do you remember the ones with the little blood pump mechanism?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was a nice little memory bit, wasn't it? Also, by the way, this is my final hat. So can anyone in the comments tell me how many hats have I worn this show? Correct answers by the end of the episode. Jake's now trying to work it out now.
No, I know. I know the exact number.
Did anybody catch Chucky's press release this week?
Yeah, Chucky!
Yep.
So the new TV series, Series 3, will be returning to our screens very soon with Chucky's Series 3 on the USA Network, Sci-Fi Network, and Peacock.
The thing about it is I've really enjoyed both series. But I think it's been renewed for 3 and 4, I think. It might be getting overexcited, but I have absolutely loved it. It started off one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm sure this will be okay. I'll just watch it in the background. And then it became like, oh no, this is awesome. And it like totally ties in all the other films and the stuff like that, like all the lore, and points out almost how ridiculous some of the lore is in it. But
Is it
it's
still
good.
scary though? Like, do people
No.
still find it scary, or
No.
is it
But
complete
Chucky
joke of
hasn't
itself?
been scary since like Child's Play 2.
But that's the thing, is that I remember Child's Play like scaring the life out of me as a kid, like absolutely scaring the life out of me. And then there was all the talk about Child's Play 3 was banned or whatever, and none of the video shops had it because it was so bad. And there was like, oh my god, they kill a kid or something. Like it was like, do you remember all that? All the talk of it being
Yeah.
banned, and then it wasn't banned, and then you watched it and it was really rubbish.
I think after 3, maybe it was when it went down. Was 3 the one with the military school? That was a good one.
Yeah, that is
I think
3,
it
I
was
think.
3. Yeah, I think that was the last sort of like one that I thought actually had some scariness to it. But yeah, other than that, it's a bit like the Nightmare on Elm Street films though. After a while, they're not scary. It was just more about the character, like because the character is
Yeah.
like horror. It's like horror amusement. I wouldn't even say comedy because it's a bit far, but like horror amusement.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, could you have considered any of the last 3 Michael Myers movies as scary? Well, they're not scary anymore. It's like Scream wasn't scary.
I don't know.
It's
There are
just
plenty
it's
of
more
jump
of the
scares
story
in
of
the Halloween ones, especially the first one.
I think it's more about the character itself, isn't it? That we all have grown to love over the years. It's more about their story now. Like nobody cares that Chucky's not scary. Chucky's just funny, and everyone loves him for
We
him.
need a new character. There needs to be a new character created that scares people.
Art the Clown.
What?
Art the Clown. Terrifier.
Okay.
If you've not seen Terrifier, please go watch. Amazing movie.
Yeah, I've heard lots of things.
I would say that's the birth of a new icon.
You reckon?
Definitely.
There.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be. It's like when you look at he's brought the gore movie to the modern audience. Like most people don't know that style of film even exists, and it's the most bloodthirsty movie of all time.
Cool.
So yeah, that's Chucky. Now if we keep going, got one more to share because
There's a lot of toy news.
Yeah, I've kind of done the toy news and then just a quick little bit of TV stuff that I've seen today, which made me smile. Which is that the American Horror Stories, which is on Disney Plus for us here in the UK, FX in America, will be returning for a 4-episode Halloween event.
I absolutely love American Horror Story. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite TV shows. And
so this year,
the spin-off, the American Horror Stories, I thought rivaled, if not exceeded, the original series. Like,
what are they then? I don't know if I know those.
So American Horror Story was obviously each season was like a difference. They had Asylum, Murder House, Carnival. Carnival was it, or Circus, or what? I can't remember what it was.
I think Roanoke was the last one I watched, or was it Hotel?
Roanoke, Hotel, and they were obviously a whole series based around a particular kind of story. And then American Horror Stories are the same kind of thing, but shorter. Does that make sense? So
So
like series was split across 2 different stories and stuff, but they're just it's just brilliant. I just absolutely love it. There's not a single story within this universe that I've not enjoyed.
And with the American Horror Stories, they did a continuation of the Hell House story, didn't there, as well? They had like a special episode that continued the Hell House
there was
sort of
one
storyline.
1 off or 2 that
two, I think 2, wasn't it?
But they're just
I believe
so different as well. So different. Like I love the Alien one. The Aliens one was like so cool. Like it was all based in like the Roswell crashes, but it was all filmed in black and white. And then they've always got a really big twist at the end, or a really big kind of climax kind of thing at the end. It's just. Yeah, I absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. So I'm really, really hyped for this. I think this will be really cool.
Yeah, and because like everyone's like fan favorite was like the Witches one and stuff like that, and I know they continued their story in the regular series in that last one they did, or one of the last ones they did. But I believe that in like American Horror Stories, there's a plan to like feature a little arc of like what happened next to like the Witches of Salem and stuff like that.
That'd be cool.
Forward to that one.
That'd be cool.
But if you go on to Wiki, most of the episodes I believe have been named already. I believe.
So really?
Check the names out. So yeah, that looks fun, and that was just announced today. Brand spanking new.
love it.
That'll be coming out to our screens on 26th of the 10th.
I can't work out from that picture though what it's going to be about.
No, not at all.
Like it's.
It looks
Yeah.
kind of. There's like obviously it's like someone looking into a Violet thing, but you can't really tell anything. It's all distorted, isn't it? It looks cool though.
It does look cool. But
Is that
the
all your
one that
updates?
Freak Show was the marketing for Freak Show is still the one that stands out. There was that
Oh yeah.
there was that poster of like a stiletto, but it wasn't a stiletto, it was a heel, like part of her foot. And that just
That was a
sticks in
good
my head
series. That one.
for
Season
some
that
reason.
one. Asylum
still
was
think-
the one I think I enjoyed most.
Which one?
Asylum, I think, was the one I enjoyed most.
Yeah,
I enjoyed a lot
yeah.
of them, but I really liked Asylum.
Asylum was
Coven.
one of my favourites. But Roanoke I thought was really clever, the way it was like so meta and like a story within a story and everything. So it's just such a good series. Such a good series. Andrew Orr said in the comments we need more jump scare movies. I kind of agree.
Don't worry because Five Nights at Freddy's the movie is right around the corner.
Do you
And that's
think
a
it's gonna
game
be
based on
jump
jump scares.
Do you think
It's a game based on jump scares, isn't it?
No,
I'm
I know,
hoping
but-
there's a few in there.
But surely it's going to be so predictable based on the fact that it's the game.
It's not been. They've already said it's R-rated. It's not a kids' film, so I mean,
I thought it was. I thought they weren't doing it R-rated. I thought it was a 15.
I believe the cut that's coming online is the R-rated one, the movie one.
Oh,
is
so
gonna
they are
be-
doing like
yeah.
a movie release 15
Yeah.
and a.
The uncut
Okay, that's
one's coming to online, basically. That's why it's being released. That's like simultaneously.
Unless
Okay,
Nicolas
that's good.
Cage, unless Nicolas Cage features in a silent role, not going to be worth watching. Let's be honest.
I would not put it past them to do a crossover at some point because it's too obvious. It's too obviously there now in it, or a comic book at least.
Can you imagine? It would be like a Freddy versus Jason, like the animatronics versus the animatronics.
Freddy versus Willy.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Jake, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Would you like to see the Marvel Legends I bought?
Yes, but first, let's just address the fact that I've got Mickey Mouse hands on my T-shirt and you've got one on your hand. I've only just noticed the connection.
And I've been touched by Mickey Mouse, so
What?
Quiet, you. That was told in confidence.
Right,
you
come
signed
on.
you not to. You signed to
People-
and said you wouldn't talk about it.
Before we
an
do these
NDA.
Marvel Legends, people have been guessing the hats. Andy H said 10 changes. Joby One said 9 or 10. Shelley said 10. I'm going to guess 11 though. I thought I saw 11.
We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1 hand.
There we go. So
Oh, 11. No, it
it
was
was
11.
11. I thought it was 11. So Andy H did say 10 changes of hat and 1 hand, but I thought it was 11. How good is that? See, I do watch you. I do watch you. Right, so let's talk Marvel Legends. So for anyone that's not watched the show for the last couple of weeks, obviously I'm now the only one here that collects Marvel Legends out of the 3 of us. Ryan made a bit of a joke and said that he was getting into Marvel Legends, but it turns out he just bought some knockoffs on holiday. But
Oh,
he
that's
teased,
what you think they are.
he teased some. Well, listen, I know they're knockoffs because I scoured the internet for the box. I've got the database on my website, and that figure that you showed does not show up anywhere, so it can't be an official release. But you've held back from showing us what they are. Although you did show Super Sorrell last week when I wasn't here, which I'm a little bit offended about.
Off camera, so you couldn't even go back and watch it.
Thought we were mates. But, so Ryan's held on to them. He's held on to them. So come on, Ryan. The stage is yours. Let's see these incredible
Right. Are you
Marvel
ready?
Legends.
So finally,
I knew he was going to do that. I just knew he was going to do that.
sorry, I couldn't help myself. This is Maintain Justice. You know, the subline.
Maintain justice.
You know, because you had obviously there's like Marvel Legends, and then it was like Marvel Legends Classics, Marvel Legends Maintain Justice. Do you not remember that?
Have they not just named Thanos Maintain Justice because of his snap? See, like,
No, because
what?
what? So this is Grimace Thanos, sponsored by McDonald's.
I like the packaging.
Oh.
Man, he has skipped leg day. Look at the whoa. He's got a light up chest. Is it one of them like dodgy lights? So you've got to press the back really hard.
No, it's quite a nice, easy. Just ask me how much it cost.
How much did it cost?
Everything. Sorry. Look at that. Oh, the glove spins.
You know what?
Come on.
Accuracy for the costume. They've actually got the costume pretty accurate, apart from his purple penis. Like,
I mean, that face it's me,
yeah,
but purple.
Why is the penis element of the figure purple? Why'd they not colour that in with the same colour as the trousers?
I don't know. I'll write to the manufacturers and ask that very gripping question. Next, you've got Spider-Man.
Oh, look at that. Black suit Spider-Man as well, symbiote.
But with a shield. When Black Suit Spider-Man throws his mighty shield. Oh, look at that. Knee articulation.
It's got knee articulation.
And elbows.
That's not bad. And a red light in the chest. Yep, ruined.
Spider-Man, you don't have to put on your...
Has he got underarm?
There's a tiny bit of Jacob that's going to message you after the show. He's going, how much do you want for the stupid shield?
I will
and I'll be like,
you.
A Luke Stormtrooper.
I'll swap you a Luke Stormtrooper for a tiny shield.
You know what? I might actually make that trade.
Look at that. That is awesome.
I like the way his mask is just a web on his face.
Just imagine you could do a Spider Punisher with that shield.
And last but not least, we have my absolute favourite.
Gun shield, that'd be awesome.
Gun shield. This is Accountant Thor.
That looks like when someone's dad cosplays as Thor for Halloween. Yeah, dress up as
basically
Thor.
When Asgard have to submit their taxes at the end of the fiscal magical year, they go and get this guy. Normally he has a calculator that's with him. The funny thing is, even his light, he's so tired from doing the taxes, his light is a bit on the blink. No pun intended.
It's Loki and Thor's. It's the third brother. The third brother that was never like mentioned because he was so boring.
Thor, Loki,
bring the face,
Darren.
Show the face sculpt up close.
Darren, Odin's son. Come.
Show the face sculpt up close again. I can't see him. Show the face sculpt. Oh Jesus!
Who is that even supposed to be?
So, Dad, you know he's the god of thunder, and Loki he's the god of mischief. I'm wondering, like, what am I the god of? Numbers, son. You're really, really good with numbers. Now go.
He looks like the son of the Odin's son who went through a bit of a goth stage in his early teens, and he kind of came out of it.
3 sons? No, I don't. But there we go. So that's my foray into Marvel Legends.
Oh,
it looks like Tom Cruise was worthy.
He does look a little bit. It looks like Nathan, what's his name from Mission Impossible.
Well, yeah, but there you go. So I have officially got Marvel Legends. Aren't you happy?
They're not officially Marvel Legends, Ryan. Where does it say Marvel Legends?
Here.
You know what though? You know what? Apart from Thanos, the accessories with Thor and Spider-Man are pretty cool.
The boxes are actually pretty cool though.
Yeah.
They do really like to focus on it. They've got lights in them, like twice. It's like they've got lights. Did I mention lights?
Where in the world is a light in the middle of the
San Diego.
chest? But where? Yeah, good game. Where in the world though is a light in the chest, like an appealing part of a toy manufacturer? Like,
here.
I don't understand why they've all got lights in their chests.
Mate, you just don't know it yet. Do you know what I'm doing next week? I'm going to a rave and I'm just going to be sitting like this.
Do you not remember as a kid when we got the X-Men toys and Magneto had basically had a lighter attached to him and you could flick it, it'd spark up on his chest for no reason.
Yeah.
So I mean, toy
dangerous
lines have
toys.
done some weird things over the years.
Yeah. Toys with lighters inside. Like, who would have thought?
I mean, they did do a Barbie with lighters in her heels, but she set fire to everything. So they had to, she set fire to everything in the 90s. They had to ban her.
Just hold that Spider-Man up to the front. No, that's cool. I'm going to customize one of my Captain America shields now.
Dun, 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 dun. Maintain justice.
Why does he have articulation in the knees though, and the others don't?
Because he's Spider-Man. Spider-Man has to be articulated.
Have they got names on the boxes, or they just maintain justice?
God, no.
Just a generic box, and they just thrown in whatever.
Collectively, they maintain justice, like on an equal level.
The other thing I don't get though, as well, is that like there's molds, there's production that go into making these characters and making these figures. Why don't they just make them a little bit more like the characters in the films? Or why don't they put a little bit more effort in and just rip off the character?
Because then they get sued. Doing that, they don't get sued. Because they look nothing like
a Darren head on the door.
Yeah, because it's not.
It's less than that. I think it's just laziness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or those were the components left around the factory that they had left to spare.
I guarantee this head is on a Superman, an Iron Man, a Batman, a Shrek. This head is on everything, I bet you.
Lightning McQueen.
There's the hood ornament.
Right, my challenge for you is to get some nail varnish remover, put a little bit on a cotton bud, and see if you can rub off that silver on Spider-Man. You'd have to rinse it off afterwards so that it doesn't eat away at the figure, because I'm guessing that plastic is not very... it wouldn't last very long. But see if you can strip off the webs off of Spider-Man and see what it looks like. Is he pure black plastic, or is that painted over something else?
No, that is definitely pure black plastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's definitely not painted. There is not enough effort in that to be painted.
That is not a bad base figure, I'm not going to lie.
Mate, there's a trade happening soon. You love this.
In real talk, how much did these cost you?
Well, it's wrong to really talk about money and your finances, but I did go a little bit above my budget, and it was a whopping €1.95, which equates to about £1.50, I think.
Wow.
So a figure, not for all three, all right? I'm not cheap.
Per figure. You spent like £4.50 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
See,
I could be Darren, the accountant.
If you were to get the Spider-Man armor Mark III, is it the black and silver one, with the black bandana Punisher head on top of it, with that shield and a pistol? Oh,
Spider-Man doesn't use guns. That'd be stupid.
No, it's Punisher, isn't it? It would be Punisher Spider-Man technically.
Technically, it's Robot Ninja Turtle, but you didn't like that, did you?
He had a gun. Turtles don't have guns.
Turtles don't do ninja stuff either.
I might already be working on I might already be working on a custom Punisher using that exact combo. I feel like you just shared something ahead of me sharing it. Thanks very much, Sorrell. But no, I am. I have picked up an extra figure of that to do that exact custom.
The funny thing is, all three of those figures still look better than that Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Do Pac-Man versus Darren.
Before we wrap up today, I've got something else to talk to you guys about. Has anyone... I know you've been away, Jacob, and I'm guessing Ryan... I don't know if Ryan maybe played or not. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game came out the other day.
It did.
I haven't played it yet.
There's a lot of complaints. No. The things I've heard online, I did look it up because I wanted to do a bit of research before I bought it, but I haven't bought it because a lot of people are saying that that trying to find a lobby is taking too long. Yeah. So obviously everyone wants to be the killer.
Yeah. Basically, if it wasn't on Game Pass, if I'd have paid £40 for that, I'd be literally looking for a refund right now from the manufacturer because it is terribly not worth that. Basically,
the Friday the 13th game's still great.
the Friday the 13th game is well balanced and equally good, right? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you've got 3 killers, 4 victims, right? So the 3 killers, only one person can play as Leatherface, and everybody wants to be friggin' Leatherface. Nobody wants to play as Leatherface's sister, and nobody wants to play as Grandpa. So let's be honest. If you're not running around with a chainsaw, it's not really the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the victims, whilst it's cool to like, you escape and there's like a bit of suspense, I wandered for 35 minutes around a map and Leatherface didn't come anywhere near me. And I was just wandering around the map until eventually I found out just from wandering that I could escape by going out the little fence. So I could have ended the game about 10 minutes prior.
Oh, really?
But there was literally no one stopping me walking away. And I've played the game now several times and won every time as the victim. And then when I play as Leatherface or one of the killers, you just cannot find anyone for love of money because the map is that big. You're just wandering around with nothing to do for ages. It's pointless.
I don't understand where this kind of came from. Like where?
Oh, you mean Texas Chainsaw by Deadlight? So basically, Dead by Daylight is one of the most popular video games of all time with online streamers and stuff. They've made so many killers in it and things like that. So all these companies decided, well, we can basically take the element of that, rip it off, and put a Texas Chainsaw skin on it. Same as how they did with the Jason one. They just put a Camp Crystal Lake skin over it.
So is that
game?
Is that essentially what they did? Just basically.
It's basically the same game, yeah. Because like you've still got to activate generators. You've still got to then find a way to escape the farm or whatever it is. And there's three levels: the farm in the daylight, the farm at nighttime, and the gas station. And yet, all of them have the same escape points at the same point on the map. So no matter what map you're on, the escape places are always in the same area. So it's like they've just gone, we'll take this map and put a new skin on it, and then they've not bothered to move anything around. They've just left it all as it was.
Amazing.
So basically, once you've played the game once, you've played it. Basically, how I feel.
Yeah.
But I've got a video review going up tomorrow where you can see the gameplay and stuff.
Oh,
and
cool.
I just point out loads of it's bad.
Hi, Dom the Bomb, and hello, Norse King Jedi. Sorry, I just seen them in the comments.
Thanks so much. Right, we're into like the last sort of coming up to 10 minutes, so I suppose we better do some kind of sign off to Ryan.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Just remove his V feed.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was really good having Ryan, but replacing him as from now, let's take him off. Let's remove Ryan. He's off the stream. His new replacement coming in now, live this week. No, I'm only joking.
You sound like one of them people on TikTok that's like, I'm going to do the face reveal. It's coming right now, guys. I just need 4 more subscribers. Just 10 more people.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you haven't seen that pleb on TikTok, please look him up. He's such a pleb.
When did you join, Ryan?
I can't even remember. Might have even been episode 13, actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh my god, this is actually also my 100th week, technically, I guess, by numerical standards.
Well, it is, but you've been away for so many. This is probably only like your 22nd.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look at comments. No, but so just to clarify, Ryan isn't disappearing. He's not going. He's just not going to be a regular thing on the show. So he won't be in the intro and,
Which I have re-recorded.
Yeah, he
I re-recorded my own exit.
It's like computers, like laptops looking at new laptops. Like
that's basically me, typing up my own redundancy letter.
Yeah. Andy H just summed it all up, though. He said, I suppose we could always just pretend Ryan was on holiday like normal, so it's not as bad. In all fairness, Ryan is exiting the show tonight, but you have been away probably the most out of the 3 of us. So,
because I what's that thing? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that is weird. It is weird to be going, and it wasn't a decision I took sort of like lightly, and I thought about it for a while. But it's just hard to make it work every single Sunday night, and I will miss. I mean, I miss all you lovely people watching. Despite half the time it's just berating my baldness and demanding I do voices. Dance for me, monkey, dance. But yeah, it's going to be very weird to be not here every week.
Basically, he did not pass his probation, so we're letting
World's
him
longest
go.
probation. I'd like to point out, even though when I was away, I still logged on for brief moments, even when I was in a different country.
You did, I know. We're only winding you up.
I put the work in.
So we're gonna have one last Cocaine Bear live. Cocaine Bear, have you got one prepped?
I sort of do, yeah. I didn't really get much of a choice because Andy H basically messaged me really aggressively with a threat, put my address online.
Uh-huh. I was going to suggest that you do goodbye, my friend, goodbye from Bear in the Big Blue House, but as Cocaine Bear.
Oh, that would have been good.
That is a good one. However, he was very angry about the fact that I thought he was requesting it, and then he told me it wasn't a request. I had to do it. Was to do a bit of Frank Sinatra's "My Way" as Cocaine Bear. So, if you will.
What was that noise then?
That's I'll get the old karaoke lyrics.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting this.
We got audio.
And now, the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case. Oh yes, of which I'm certain. I've done some shows. They're kind of full. I traveled each and every highway. Well, most highways. And more. So much more than this, rabbit. I did it Pooh's way. Regrets. C-bombs. I've dropped a few. But then again, YouTube like to mention I did what I had to do. I killed Piglet. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course with all the honey I ate along the byway. And more, so much more Piglet than this. I did it Pooh's way. That's all you're getting.
I'm not doing the whole song.
Oh, Ryan.
I love the fact that it was charmingly just off key and just slightly behind the music. It just fit fucking beautifully.
Because it has to be, because it's Winnie the Pooh. He doesn't know how to read music. I will give. Do either of you have a request? Because since it is my last frequency, do either of you have a Cocaine Bear request? We always ask the audience, but do either of you have a Cocaine Bear request? That's not a 3,000-page essay speech, by the way. Just checking that out.
I would like you to read the entirety of Dracula, starting now.
I would like
I want to suck your honey.
I'd like you to read as much of the Two Towers as you can in the next couple of minutes.
A bear is never early, nor is he late, but he arrives exactly when he means to.
I haven't even thought. You put me on a spot now. I'm trying to think of a good motivating one. What was the one that you asked for? Sorry, you asked for one a few weeks back.
It's the normal man that I've asked for.
What is the one you asked for?
You did the Rocky one.
I did do the Rocky one.
You did the Rocky one.
Oh, I can't even think.
Well,
One people in the comments.
Yes, anyone in the comments got one Cocaine Bear for the road. It was the lose yourself in the music the moment you wanted, wasn't it, originally?
If you
I wanted you to pre-record that, but
one
then you just quit the
chance.
show.
That was the final straw for Ryan.
That was,
I was like, pre-record this, and we'll turn it into a full video. I got green screen Winnie the Pooh dancing. I got everything prepped, and then you just quit. So
I was literally looking up gym opening times with my Winnie the Pooh onesie. Like, I'm gonna proper go for this.
Maybe I'll still do that for you guys, and that'll just be a random thing you can just plonk in at an episode at one point.
Pre-record it.
That's only if I had one chance.
You literally just sung like Frank Sinatra live on air. Like you could pre-record Lose Yourself.
Start spreading the honey.
I actually can't think, to be fair. I really can't think.
That is fine. I
think it was perfect to end it on the Frank Sinatra thing. To be honest, I thought that was a perfect ending.
That was
all
good
Andy's
final poo.
demand. I mean request. But yeah, do I finally get to do the sign off as well this time?
Yeah, you can do it this week. Of course you can. Yeah, but no. For everyone else that's watching, obviously me and Sorrell will be back next week with episode 114. We're lining up a few guests because we now have a spare seat that we can plonk them in. Now that Ryan's, the guest that never left. I don't think anyone is going to guest for 100 episodes straight. I think you've, yeah. But
Start spreading the honey. Really, we just thought asking Cat Slayer was bad.
So of course, tune in next week. Next week, episode 114. Me and Sorrell will talk about Ahsoka, something that Ryan was so excited for, and then he's left the show just before it airs. So next week will mainly be about Ahsoka. I've heard a little rumor there's going to be a few more Marvel Legends drops as well taking place this week. So if they do take place, then we'll talk about those as well. Of course, that's what Aaron thought, Odin's son. But yeah, basically we'll be here next week talking about stuff that hasn't happened. So Ryan, do it.
Well, first I just want to say thank you to both Jacob's Toys and Super Sorrell, Jake and Ash, because it has been absolutely awesome and you guys are amazing, and I will still 100% support the show and make sure still tuning in every week for these awesome dudes. And then I guess don't cut me off. I swear to God, I will come around your house and beat 7 barrels of shit out of you. But
in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and keep it geek.
You just kept it back, didn't you? You brought it back. Just wanted me to back.
I can't leave.
Won't let me leave. They won't let me leave.
They won't let me leave. Please end the show.